And also, I'm sure, like, the realtors from my TikToks and stuff, I'm sure the realtors are gonna be seeing my videos, and I apologize. I do feel bad about it. There was a couple of people asking if the realtors were in on it. No, the realtors were not in on it. They had nothing to do with this. But if they do happen to see this, I'm sorry and thank you very much. They didn't do anything wrong. Which I think that one realtor was kind of onto us. Their realtor, I think they were onto us. And then, oh gosh, Kody Sanctuary. Here we go. Oh Lord. I missed that safe when I was there. I saw it in the footage. I guess his stuff. See, that's this big safe that I was talking about. And then there's like some of the old signs Kody probably used to make. And yeah, you see like those little love things. If you go back, you'll see like a little wind up love or whatever you call it. And horses. There was a lot of horses. Not a lot, but several horse kind of statue things. And then I thought in my last video, I thought that it was, see right there, you see a Louis Vuitton and then there's a David Yurman. But I guess the rest was just like photo boxes. For whatever reason, I thought that they were like luxury boxes, but I guess it was more photo boxes. But you see Kody, you see how far that thing goes up to the ceiling? It goes all the way up to the ceiling. There are butterflies. Oh, right here's where I did the no-no. Hang on. Right here's where I did the no-no. I'm so excited. I'm sweating. I'm so excited, guys. I'm in Robyn's closet. There's 3 of them.
Hi friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Thursday, September 5th, 2024. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I'm so glad to be back. Yay! Okay, I've been hiding. I have. But today is a day that we're going to talk about a new promo that came out by Sister Wives. And we're also going to talk about this YouTuber slash TikToker that was able to sneak into the Kody and Robyn's house and film literally everything. It's pretty wild. I don't know how they managed to do this. They apparently were able to get a private viewing of the Kody and Robyn's house. Okay, so they got a private viewing of the house, and they had realtors that were walking them through. And they admitted that they came up with this ruse, and that they didn't let the agents know that they didn't really intend to buy the house. This is getting mixed reviews by people on social media, and I don't know what to think about it, but they did get some inside information about the house that might give you some things to simmer on and marinate on. Also, I wanted to talk about this new promo that's out by the Sister Wives show TLC, which is asking the cast members their reaction to words and what they would say and what's the first thing that would come to mind when they hear this word. This is a moment where Kody is really diabolically cruel to the other women, because I want to remind everyone Kody was left. He was left. He didn't choose to leave these relationships other than the one with Mary. They left him, okay? They left him. They dumped him. And so now, in order to rewrite history and to protect his fragile ego, Kody is pretending like he literally did not care about them and is trying to play this role of Robyn is the love of my life. Robyn is everything to me. Now, the creators that went through Kody's house, it is very obvious that Robyn lives a life of luxury in comparison to the other women. Her closet is obscene. And the amount of clothing she has, the 3 racks of clothes. She's got boxes stacked to the ceiling. She's got paintings, expensive quartz amethyst statues all over the house that are very expensive, and very expensive paintings. It is very clear that Kody made the decision to pamper Robyn at the detriment of everyone else. And I want to be extremely clear that they didn't just start this habit. This wasn't just something they decided to do. Kody and Robyn were basically spending money hand over fist while other ones in the family were struggling to find housing and their kids were doing without. So let's dive into it. Let's start off with the promo.
Sorry.
Drama?
Christine.
Shame.
Not anymore.
My family and Kody.
Happiness.
David.
My kids.
Adventure. Possibilities. Fun. Excitement.
The future.
Lots of possibility. 2025, very soon.
So I've already have the idea of what's coming up this season. Robyn is really leaning into I'm the demure, shy girl that doesn't say anything negative, and I'm just so happy because I have my husband and I have my family and I have all my things in my closet. With Kody, do you ever get the sense that the lights are on and no one's home? Do you ever get the sense that when you are in a conversation, or if you were to have a conversation with someone like Kody, that literally there's nothing inside? That's what I get. Like when he's asked about joy, he's like, happiness, 2025, the future. Like nothing, it's like repeating the word with a different word, a synonym. The lights are on, Kody, but nothing's home. Christine is obviously happy and giddy, and Janelle's talking about Christine, and Mary's just giggling and acting silly like she always does. Kody is the lights are on, no one's home, and Robyn's all, I'm so happy because I'm just so shy and demure.
The source of all joy and all pain.
The core.
Family. Safe space. Comfort. Love. Security.
Happy. Never again.
Now, the source of all joy.
Cody's doing what's called masking. He is pretending like he's happy when it's very clear he's not happy, right? So he's saying things with a smile on his face or trying to be more positive, but yet he slips in things that are ultimately negative, like assumingly saying that a family is the source of all happiness and all pain. For some people, there is pain in families, but for Kody, I think the pain is because he didn't get what he wanted, right? So it's like he's like still bitter that he has children that don't listen to him and refuse to do what he wants, or he had wives that were disobedient. And then when asked about marriage, Janelle says never again. And Cody's like, now a source of all joy. I just need to stop here for a second. If you are the child of Kody Brown and your mother was not Robyn, if it was Mary, Christine, or Janelle, and you heard your father literally say to a national audience that now marriage is the source of all joy. And he's saying this with a smile on his face. And it's like to share that the rest of his marriages were misery and like rubbing in their faces that now he is so happy because he doesn't have to deal with them. Again, I feel like it's a reverse psychology of Kody pretending like he's happy and trying to cover for the fact that he literally was dumped because he was a jerk to the other women, because he literally left all of the women years ago, like in Vegas. The family's been pretending for a long time. But Cody's like, now we're the source of all joy. Y'all are stupid. And then Robyn's like, my family is my safe space. If Kody was your husband, would he be a safe space to you? The guy that literally parades his wives around like trophies and decides when a woman can and cannot talk to someone. Yeah, I have some tea for you that we're going to get to in a minute. Hang tight.
Happy.
Fun. Excitement.
Love it, love it, love it.
Tony, McKelty, Archer, Ace.
Oh, my babies. There's not enough. There's just not enough.
I wish I had more.
Is going fast. I need more.
Cody is just really proud he can remember the twins' names along with McKelty and Tony. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, so again, Robyn is really leaning into being demure and sweet and innocent and shy. Christine is very happy, and so is Janelle and all of this. Okay, so that's the promo. Obviously, the series is coming up, the new season, and I'm going to be excited about it for you, but I always have a hard time because I just can't stand it. It's gotten to a point for me where it's like, I'm just going to keep trying to dissect the lies of Kody and Robyn and try to be a voice to the voiceless in a way and continue to talk about the harms of polygamy. But when it comes to Kody and Robyn, I'm just having such a hard time. Hard time, especially now that I've seen the property listing and sort of seen what the issues are with this house and how much crap Robyn has in comparison to everyone else. And you know, there was a lot of discussion within the last few seasons that Kody and Robyn were spending money on things that weren't necessarily like things they should be spending money on, right? And Janelle was like, if they were actually allocating their money correctly, we would be able to pay things off, but things are being spent on things that we don't need, right? It was very much like Kody was using family money to spoil his wife, Robyn. And so when I see Robyn's closet, I really see sadness because I see the sadness of the kids that did go without. I see the sadness of the wives that were left neglected, that had to scrape by on their own, that had to join multi-level marketing companies and pay for their way through life because Kody was not sharing the money from the show, right? Some of them were able to build brands and build social media followings. Theoretically, they should have been able to enjoy in the wealth of the show. And it's very clear that it was Kody and Robyn that were hoarding that wealth. And so when I see the house and all of the crap inside of it, I see the disparity. I see the sadness. I see the inequity. Another thing I noticed, and I want to just point this out because yesterday I shared that post from that lady that was in the Reality Tea Squad group. And I want to be clear, this woman then got upset that I shared this post. I didn't share her name, but she's in the videos with Akira on her TikTok, her very public TikTok. And she said that I must have a troll account in Sarah's group, and I really don't. One of my followers sent it to me. I want to be very clear. I respect Sarah. I have nothing against Sarah or her followers at all. Like it's not Katie versus Sarah by any means. Sarah does a great job. What I noticed is that this person brought up issues that the property has, right? So they said that the deck was in disrepair. You shouldn't lean on it, meaning it's not safe. And then they also mentioned that there had been a leak in the shower, meaning the water was going in the walls. Okay. It's not in the shower that the leak was, it was water that a pipe broken in the walls and that mold had spread in the walls. And that's a big problem. And Kody and Robyn willingly put the property on the market knowing they had mold and knowing they had a broken deck. But then the house is filled to the brim with paintings and artwork and statues and quartz and amethyst. But they couldn't repair their deck, they couldn't fix the mold, and they couldn't regrout the tile. There's tile that was put down when the original buyers were finishing the house, and no one's thought to regrout and put grout in that tile. The tile, like pins, are still sitting there holding the tile up. There's no grout in the wall, and the tile is just sitting there. Like it would take 5 minutes to freaking grout. Like my husband could go over there and grout. Like we know how to grout in this house. So they're using money frivolously, but they're not using it wisely. If they can't afford to fix their deck and they can't afford to fix the mold and they put the house on the market, there's no way in hell they can afford a bigger house that's more expensive in Flagstaff. You don't put your house on the market with broken defects like that. The house actually is undervalued by comparison. Similar size houses in this area are going for more than $2 million. I want to be very clear. Flagstaff is very expensive. Heck, there's a property that has like 3,300 square feet that's selling for 2.9 million. This is an area where housing is so out of control. There was deemed a housing crisis in 2021 because there's such a shortage of housing and the median price is so high that it's out of the price range of the average worker in Flagstaff, becoming a place where people can't even afford to live. And there's not any housing for them. So Kody and Robyn's house, while it appears like it's being increased to a lot, like 1.6 million, if it were in better shape and if it actually was updated and modern, they could sell it for a lot more. So I don't buy it that they're selling a bigger house and closing on it soon. And now that I've seen the video of Akira and her friend, she calls her Denise, I think, walking through the house. I'm thinking that they knew what they were doing. Like, I'm pretty sure the realtors were cued into the fact that they were snooping. And I think they just told them whatever because they knew it might get out. And a lot of times realtors will tell you things like that because they don't want the buyer to think that there's a reason why the sellers would want to leave this house. Like, they don't want to imply that there's anything wrong with the home. They don't want to imply that they're leaving because there's anything wrong with the home. They don't want to imply that they are downgrading because they're having financial trouble. They don't want to pose a negative influence on the buyer. They could say they were downsizing, and that would be understandable, but most won't. A lot of times they're going to say they're on to bigger and better things, right? Because they want to put a positive spin on it. So it's like, this is your opportunity to step into opulence and wealth, right? So I kind of feel like that information about the what they're going to do is a lie. I also looked at the properties for sale closer to the city, and there's nothing less expensive that's bigger. In fact, everything that's bigger is well over $2 million. And I don't believe, if you can't fix the mold in your house and your broken deck, there is no way in hell you can afford a bigger house. So my thoughts are, they might be leaving Flagstaff and going to Utah, maybe to Vegas, but maybe to Utah, because now they're not polygamists. They'd be closer to family, they'd be closer to their church if they're going to go back to church, and they would all be in the state of Utah, making filming easier because right now they have people all over the country. And if you can consolidate people into one state, it'll make it less expensive for filming. Right now, it's really expensive to film the show. And it's very clear that the show is going to continue on. They're going to really try to like bring this to like beat it into the ground. Okay? So those are my takes on that. Now, when it comes to Kody and Robyn, I got an email from someone that actually met them back in 2015 when they were in Las Vegas, and they shared some information with me that I thought some of you might be interested in. They were talking about that artwork that you see on the wall. So Kody and Robyn apparently picked up the Vladimir Kush paintings, which are not originals. This person made clear to me that these are not original paintings. They are limited prints that are sold by the artist. They are not originals, so they don't hold a lot of value. And in the real resale market, you're not going to get what you paid for. It's not an investment. You have them because you're an admirer of the artist and you want to support them. They stated that Kody and Robyn went to Vladimir's opening of his gallery in Vegas when he had a big party in 2015. They stated that Kody and Robyn purchased several of Vladimir's limited prints. And in order to purchase them, they claimed that Kody had to use multiple credit cards because his credit cards were all maxed out. And to try to get around the fact that he didn't have the money to pay for it and having to use all of these credit cards, he told them that he actually didn't make that very much money on the show. He brought up the fact that they didn't really own their homes in Vegas, that they only owned one of them, which was a lie. I think it was just Kody being embarrassed that he didn't have the money to hobnob and look like the celebrity that he is. And that's what they did. So he basically came up with a lie that we don't own the houses. They all owned their houses. They did. He said TLC owned the houses. I don't believe that. And then he had to use credit cards to buy them, and the credit cards were maxed out. So he had to find new credit cards to buy these. So he has a lot of debt we probably don't even know about. They also said that Kody is extremely weird with Robyn. So what they told me was that Kody became friends with their spouse, and that Kody and their spouse hung out 6 or 7 times, 8 times, I can't remember. But Kody was very much, they said, had a God complex, really thought that he was better than everyone, and he was very possessive and controlling of Robyn. She said that her interactions were that Kody would not allow Robyn to speak unless he gave her permission. So when she was at this party, if anyone would approach her, Robyn would have to look to Kody, and Kody could tell her yes or no by shaking his head whether or not she could speak to that person, particularly if they were men. Kody did not want Robyn talking to other men, did not want other men approaching her. And when people asked to take photos with Robyn, and with Robyn would stand by someone else, Kody would pull Robyn in by him and then put his arm over her, basically to show possession of her. Like, you can't stand by another man, you're mine. And they really did say that, like, Robyn waits to look to Kody for permission to talk, which is actually what I've heard a lot. I've heard that he's very controlling, he's very possessive, and it completely tracks with what I've heard from a friend of Robyn's who said that one time they had to call Robyn about an issue they were having on their Facebook page. And her husband called to talk to Robyn to get access to the page because they were moderators. And Kody grabbed the phone out of Robyn's hands and screamed at the man for speaking to one of his wives. Like, because he would not allow any man to speak to another one of his wives, period. Only he gets to speak to Robyn. Robyn can't talk to men. Robyn can't speak to people unless Kody says so. So Robyn might look like she has control, but in the real world, she doesn't. She probably was leveraging the control that she did have by abusing the other wives financially. So I'll share some more details about that as I learn more from this individual. But what are your thoughts about the house, the promo, and the bloggers that are all dipping in the house? Were you excited to see the closet, or were you like, wow, this is a little too much? Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and click the bell so you never miss a video. Bye, everyone.